as we would say in this story of the covenants, is Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam in his return, and he plays a very significant and important role in our religion. The second layer here of images that we have underneath the covenants are the images of the returned believers, the returned prophets and messengers, because a core part of our belief is that in the time of the Qaim, the believers who believed in him and wanted to support him and wanted to play a role in the establishment of a divine just state, they are resurrected from the grave, they reincarnate, they return in a raja. So the raja is this concept that the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam said that whoever doesn't believe in our raja is not from us. And they described the raja as being the return of the best, all the saints, all the prophets, all the messengers, all the righteous people, and a return of the worst, all of the worst demons and tyrants and evil ones and the enemies of the prophets and the messengers. They all return for one final epic battle that takes place in the time of the Qaim, where good banishes and overcomes evil, and all those who were martyred by the evil ones get to exact revenge against them. And it becomes the time where Iblis is actually finally slaughtered and the earth is rid of him, and the balance returns back from the hands of evil to the hands of good. And just as the earth was filled with injustice and tyranny in that time, the prophets, the messengers, the saints, they all are victorious, and they manage to fill the earth up with justice and equity as it has been filled before with injustice. And so we have here depictions, paintings of the people that are believers in this very call. They have returned, and they are prophets and messengers who chose to come back in this day and age, and they discovered themselves, and they were informed of their incarnations or remembered who they were in this call. And so you have images here of Zechariah and Joshua and Bathsheba and some of the other famous people that have existed over history. The second layer is a continuation of that. We have here a depiction of these 4 buildings, and they represent the history of our community. This building here is the building of Badr that was with us in Egypt. And that's where our community first formed, and that is where we lived at when we received the glad tidings of the death of King Abdullah, and where we were when basically we had glad tidings of the appearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. And that is where the community started. And then we migrated to the second image there, and that is our first place of worship, our first masjid that existed in all of Europe. And it was in a beautiful town called Kropach, Germany. And the believers would gather over there. And then we migrated, and we had a city, and the Imam called the city Yanbu' al-Islam, the fountain or the origin of Islam, the source of Islam, or the source of submission. And that was the city that we had in Hällefors or Sävsjö, right? Sweden. And then we have a depiction of the current headquarters for all of Europe, for the Dawah, the Ahmadi religion of peace and light, and that is in the United Kingdom, and that is this place here right now. And now we have inside of here a couple of items. We have here the Ark of the Covenant. It is not the original Ark of the Covenant, but it's one that we constructed here for a particular purpose. And we have on top of the Ark, we have two cherubim. Now, in the original design of the Ark of the Covenant, the one that Moses had, the wings of the cherubim were aimed towards one another, and they were actually covering the seat of mercy, or the location, the throne in the middle, whereby God spoke from behind those wings to the Israelites and to Moses and the prophets that, the chosen prophets that spoke to God after that. And that symbolized that in those times God was worshipped in secret. He was hidden. The narrations of Muhammad and the family of Muhammad state that in the time of the Qaim, God is worshipped openly. All things that were hidden are revealed. The 27 letters of knowledge that were kept secret from the time of Adam all the way till now, everything comes to light and everything comes into the open.